Good evening, everyone. Things have gone dark on my camera again. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. I just get comfy again. Ooh. I'll take my glasses off so I can actually see, sort of thing. Good afternoon, Ulfric. We're a little bit early, so I'm not going to start too much just yet. Yes, and all of the new emotes are up now. So we have them all. I'm just checking some of the buttons are all working. Yeah, we've got it working. We had a little bit of trouble with it. Hi, Joe. Yep, that's the ones. So, I'm just looking through. Mr. Downs joined us over on Facebook, and Mr. Sheen. Hello there. Hi, Ross. And Jake Bell's joined us over on, I think that's the Marvel Crisis groups that they're coming from. We are doing a bit of a different one this evening. We're doing one of the first of our collaborations. Hi Dale, hi Foxy, hi Sarah. So we've been working behind the scenes and had a bit of a reach out a couple of weeks ago to a lot of different game companies offering different products and stuff like that. Hiya Paul. All the Vaders. And we've had some amazing responses back. Johnny Wright's joined us. Hi Johnny. And Ian Young. Hey. Love you, Ian. So I'll come off that one for now. We've had this week a great invite from the guys over at Corvus Games Terrain. They do a lot of different terrain files, but they also sell the printed files as well, the printed product as well. So you can order either the STL file or the actual printed product and have that sent to you. They do both. So obviously we've got one or two printers kicking around, and we've been sent the Donut Shop and a couple of others. He says there was the Donut Shop. I can't remember the three, but we'll be doing a video on each one of them and stuff like that. The first one I've done two prints. One I've kept as it come off the machine, and one we've pre-primered because waiting for the primer to dry tonight would be like watching paint dry. Hiya Jack. So I'm going to try and do some jiggery pokery while live. Don't know if that's the right one. Browse to that, and I will try and put up the Donut Shop. Done. So this is the Donut Shop. Hi puppies. Dan, I think it is. I'm sure it's Dan. So that's the Donut Shop that they've sent us to do. This is their STL render. So this is what you get to see. It comes in various bits. So I'll quickly show you the other ones. So the other one, and I know Foxy's gonna love this one. It's the building from, forgot his name, Doctor Strange. It's the building in America. It's the American main building. You were right. Yep. So they've sent this one over, but that's 3 layers of printing, and I've not attempted that one yet. We did have 2 printers do the usual things and clog up. That's the sanctum. Yeah. So that's going to be for another one, and I've got some really... I want to try and do the windows and stuff with dry brushing techniques and stuff like that. Yes, they are for Marvel Crisis. The Donut Shop and the Sanctum reset. Well, technically no, they're not. They're for anything. And the lads at Corvus basically go, print it at 100%, and you get it scalable for, and as you'll see in the next one, you get it scalable for things like 40k and maybe Legion-ish. But if you scale it to 126%, it's then Marvel Crisis's size. So the last one that they've sent us is... This is basically it's sand terrain, bit like Tatooine or Jeddah, that sort of terrain, and obviously we're going to get that one printed as well. And I've got a great technique for doing the sand. I know some of the people at Beanies have seen our sand terrain that we've been doing, and I'd love to quickly show people how we've done that one as well. So that's going to be another one of our, whether it's going to be a video or whether it's going to be a live stream. It could be either, it could be both. So, because I can print as many of them as I want to show different techniques and different colours. So yeah, that's the... they've sent us them free of charge to have a play around with, have a play, print, paint, various things. So anyone that goes to Beanies knows I've already done and I've already bought files off Corvus last year and printed a load of just street terrain from them. I'm about halfway through finishing it. A lot of it's still at Beanie in an unfinished state, just so people can use it at the moment, or before the lockdown. And then unfortunately the lockdown hit and I've not been able to do any more of it. Hi Phil. So as I say, Corvus have sent us a few files to play around with, and this is the first one. It is the Donut Shop that I've just shown you. So this was done in a black PLA, so it does reflect a lot of shininess. As soon as you paint a lot of this, a lot of the lines disappear. Or for the glass, I did one before, and I don't know if the red one's going to do it, but when I did this before and painted it in like a bluey colour for the glass behind it, I then did a light dry brush of a metallic, and it made it look as though it was reinforced glass with the wire mesh. So as you can see, the detail, it's got all the bits and pieces on, and as you'll see on, there's a grate there, and I apologise for the darkness. That dark patch there, right where it is off the camera. And I need a bigger boom of light, so I have been looking. The brickwork, I've got a sneaky technique to get that. And again, I've been doing the vents as... you'll see on that one, I've actually broke the vent in like I've done on that, just to give it a bit of... like not a new building, but I did mess up on that. There were some uprights that go into the window, and when I was cleaning it I broke the 2 sets of uprights. But putting a bit of film, clear film, and doing a bit of like a dark clear blue or a dark clear, the clear black that we've got on some clear plastic would really look nice over the back of that. It would give you the glossy glass finish. But also the tiles are all ridged, and that is actual texture in the bottom of that. The one that I've printed to do tonight doesn't actually have the ridges in the bottom. So this is the one that we have, and it has picked up a couple of hairs from the printing. Just get those. So this is the donut shop. What we've done is we've glued the roof on. That doorway is fine. The glass looks a bit better with it all filled in. We've done a broken vent, snapped it, popped it, and got it at an angle. So when we paint that up, the brickwork looks good. This, the Donut Worry Be Happy, we printed on our resin machine, so that the main part of it was on the FDM. So that all did basically the layer by layer with the plotter type printer with PLA. This was done in resin, and we did a second one like that. So that's how they come out, but this one we broke up slightly to space it out. I'm not sure. I was considering that once we've painted it to put some advertising down the back. It just fit there perfectly, which I was quite impressed with, but that's for a later one. And then we did the donut in resin as well. It's hollowed out resin. I've done my usual super glue under here, and obviously I need to, you see the splodges of the super glue. Now that's to mimic welding and rust and stuff like that. And once I get the, I think I've got a tub of it, and Jack's just been using this, so I'll coat the metalwork around there in Typhus Corrosion and give that a bit of a cleaning up. So that's that part of it. That's what we're going to do tonight. So we are very close to our monthly stretch goal, and we have, again, I haven't been very you know what, Foxy, I don't think Corvus is, I've just done a new link for Corvus to come up in the chat, and I think I'm actually messed it up again. I know you did a lot of hard work fixing it all after last time. So, subscribers, I've got 3 of loads of cards on the floor. 3 of his cards left. Let's have a look through. What else have we got? We've got some rebel officers. Who even does rebel officers? Let's have it. 3 pulps. You can't go wrong with a good Palpatine. Hopefully I have another rebel officer. Pathfinders, scout troopers, 3 scout troopers. Starting to run low on promos. Thank you for the like, Danny. Right, I think if I've got another one of them, I think that'll work out quite nicely. Probably don't. Afterburners, Dark Courier. I knew I had 3 of them. Let's see. So shiny. Oh, hello there. Which Shenanigans is it? Is it Ian? There is some more shiny to be had in a minute once I find the... there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have had this all prepared, but I don't know if anyone's seen. I picked up a new printer today. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, what have we got 3 of? None. So, K2SO, Fifth Brother, Kazuda. I hate Kazuda. Yeah, I've just noticed that as well. And the points and everything, the points are still working, so it can't be all bad. I haven't got any X-Wing ones to put in. So, that one, we're going to have different sets, and you get to choose this time, I think, if it works that way. Yeah, I can have 3 of them. I've got 3 of them. I've got a Fenrir there from it's a nice Fenrir, that. I'm sure I've got a couple. So we've got loads of promos. I just trying to do it so that everyone gets something the same on the basic levels, but if I can't find it, I'm just going to throw up 1, a Han, a Rey, and a Kylo. So there's a Han, Rey, and a Kylo pack. So same as before. We are going to have a giveaway at 8:30, if someone reminds me. There will be 3 prizes, as usual. So each set will be one of the prizes. If you win one of the prizes and you are a subscriber, you get an added card as a bonus. You will get the choice of K2SO, Fifth Brother, or Kazuda in nice and shiny. If you've donated of at least £5 tonight, you will then also get a bonus of the Dark Courier shiny card, which also is Darth Maul. So I'll just quickly put these into the packet so I don't get paint on them, and then we'll get on with painting after all the introductions are done. So again, thanks to Kay from Fully Modded Lighting, who sent us a good sizable wodge of promos through a month or so ago. If we hit the full goal of 120, which is only 30 away, I will also finish the painting on the, hopefully today, finish the painting on the donut shop and send that out to the first winner. But that's if we get if we hit the full goal, then I'll throw that into the pot as well. And then it'll be 4 prizes. So, quick recap. You get to choose one of them 3. If you if you win the raffle, you get you get the choice of one of them 3. If you're a subscriber and you win the raffle, I'll throw you in again one of your choice, whichever one you want. And then if you've donated tonight at all, as I say, up to a 5, minimum of a £5, I will also throw in one of the Dark Courier cards as well. So that is in about an hour's time. So, bits and pieces we want to do this. The first bit, getting on with it quite quickly today, because I know how much time the die. If we hit the goal, the dice are there for people to win, Mr. Davies. So, if we hit the monthly goal, we put up a secondary stretch goal, and then there's 2 sets of dice, Legion or X-Wing, and they go into the next raffle. But that's only once we've met the normal goal. We do a dice goal after that, so there is the chance of dice, but you've got to hit the goal first. So this is the Brickwork, and we've got a really good cheat. Yeah, it's a cheat that gets you something like that. So you see how we've got all of the mortar starting to show through in there. What we can also do is, because I did forget, just a little bit of water, and you can bring the brick back out. Try not to do it all, because if you do it all, then it becomes uneven. It becomes like even and the same all over. So if you just do bits, that actually comes off. So the secret, super secret squirrel way of doing brickwork is this is sprayed in Army Painter's Dragon Red, which once it's had that put over goes into a nice brick red. It's very bright at the moment because the light's just picked up outside. And to get the colour on it is one of our really good Vallejo washes, and it is Whitewash. And there's a really difficult technical way of getting it into all of this and getting it to work right. You take the bottle, you try to get as much to fill. When you spray it, you can actually see you get a good coating on it, and it fills a lot of the gaps because PLA can be porous, and some of this could sink straight through, but we'll see. And you cool, cheers mate. So you take the bottle and you just go splodge, rub it around with your finger. Again, this is scenery. You need it to be quick. You don't want to be painting each individual brick. So a bit down here. I can see there's a gap at the top, so I'll try not to push too much to the gap at the top. If needs be, where it is up here, I'm going to put some in a beaker, yeah, in a cup. So you can actually brush it in as well if you want to. But a brush allows a bit more control to get into the edges and down the gap here. But just technical term as usual, splodge it so it fills the gaps. If you get too much on, don't worry about it. We can take some off. We can dry brush red over it if you want the red to feature more into it, more prominent into it. Prominently. There we go. So that's the basic. Yeah, and then the quick rub over, takes it off the high bits. I did think it was going to take most of that off. So, yeah, there you go. And there is your mortar. Now, hey, the Corvus one worked. So if you've got bits that you want a bit more gritty to it, you just bit on your finger and just rub it across the stone. Now, because we're on a stream, and I want to get some of this done quite quickly, hairdryer. On a low setting, so you're not blowing all of it. You can see it shimmering. And also remembering, if you heat up PLA too much, it'll warp and twist and go horrible. So, while we're on the back bit, it is warm, and I'll let it dry off naturally a bit, and then we can do another side quickly. So, where is there's the metal that I was going to use. I've lost one, there it is. So, I'm doing this to match in with scenery that we have already done. Yeah, putting the heating on as well. Putting there, yeah. So, all of this edging on the ones that I've done in the past, I've used Mechanica standard grey and then a wash over the top of that. So, again, just using a big brush, that's just what I'm going to use. Again, any little accidents that you make, we can touch up with brick dust, rust, anything of those. That kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect, and I'm going to do down here as well. It doesn't have to be expensive GW paints. You can use Pound Shop grey, Pound Shop white and black mixed together to give you the grey. There's a few ways you can do it. It doesn't have to be that. Also, we're going to be doing quite a big review on the Airbrush Medium from Army Painter. I've switched to it now. It's doing exactly what my pre-mix used to do, and I don't have to pre-mix it. As you can see, it made it go smooth. So I technically use that in Army Painter, you say. Yeah. So one of our new sponsors, collaborators, is Army Painter. We have some bits and pieces coming from them in the next couple of weeks, or hopefully this week. They're sending a load of paint and some bits and pieces through. And Foxy knows this because he's been helping me with all of this sort of stuff. And yeah, so we have some nice new bits and pieces to try from them. One of it being the paint range. Yeah, I'll try it in a minute, mate. This is what and this is what I want for the stream. We're going to have to do specific streams for like a product review and how to use it, But then I would also like to do, and obviously that would be featuring Army Painters products, Army Painters paint and stuff like that. They're not going to be too chuffed if I start watering down their washes with it. But one of our, I might do a Saturday night, a Saturday night with Jack, just going, should we try this? We'll try this. It works. Cool. We've now got Cadbury's Purple. That sort of thing. I'm just trying to get the top of... Yeah, it's not picking it up brilliantly because it's wet. I've got the wrong glasses on. That's why I can't see it. Going cross-eyed. Yeah, we're going to do a couple of obviously sponsored streams, videos, trying stuff. I've got the tank to paint. I've picked out some really good colours for the tank. And some different... There was a couple of products that they're sending over that I'd never seen before. I might have just missed them or what. But rather than take the usual things like everyone's done the brushes and everyone's done the standard paint sets, so we've asked them for the standard paint set so we can test it with the airbrush thinner. We're getting some of their new range, which is basically an effect range. There's rust, there's blood, there's goop. Some of it looks cool. I want to have I want to have a play around, see what it does, see how it works, what we can do with it. Push what we can actually, instead of just putting blood on as blood, is it good enough as a clear coat to put on as a yes, there's a few. We've just also started stocking Army Painter, and I'm presuming that's Ian. Yeah, the tank's going to be a lot of airbrushing. I was going to do some airbrushing on this, but I'm actually enjoying using the brush for a change. So hello there, bearded beast. Like, kind of uses. Yeah. Well, so I've had to do that quick because obviously the wash is still dry, still wet on there. So this is as I said, it's not Golden Demon, it's a piece of scenery. I've always had the same theory about scenery. If your scenery looks absolutely fantastic, then the miniatures that you're putting down on it better be Golden Demon level, or people are just going to see the scenery. And just using edge of the brush for the raised bits, in the recesses for the grey, all down there. I don't mind about catching the door because the door's getting colour change anyway, but try not to get it on the brickwork as much as possible. So, and then see, if you get it from if you buy this piece from Corvus, I don't know if they're probably going to clean it up and make it absolutely immaculate, because obviously you've bought that from them. But I've had the option to leave some of the straggly bits in. There was some when I did it with supports to try some different bits and pieces out. But I've left some of the supports in, and it gives the impression that the mortar's popping out as well, which has worked well. Oh, I need to do that as well. That was a very thin grey coat. Hopefully some of the red will show through. Yeah, there we go. And then so quick, simple, get all across the top there, just to make sure there's no red showing through. So, what colour door should we have? Blue, grey, black door. Red and green should never be seen. I'm not painting it yellow because I'd never ever get that to coat. I'm thinking it's going to be blue. That green. Let's have a look. Just because it's you. So this is Park's green. I'm guessing it's meant to be a light grey. You didn't shout loud enough, Phil. Unfortunately, Foxy shouted a lot louder. The green may take a couple of coats. Minty green. Yeah. I thought it was going to be tree green, but it has gone quite bright. Do the hinges as if it's just been painted. There we go. So line in each of those. I'm going to do the stepping green as well. So I get it round the corner. It actually looks... Don't know how I've managed it, but I've managed to get it looking like it's been painted. Actually, not painted, but painted with Dulux or something like that. Where the two meet, try to get it to the grey to cover. I'll probably end up doing a wash on the doors and some of the accessories, and yeah, the gubbins bits. Some of the metalwork will get more metallic, and then I will be doing some like rusting and stuff like that over the top of it. Cool. That just defines that line a bit. So that's the basic start of a wall. I do need to do washes on it. The grey needs washing back, but I'm going to wash all the grey at the same time. The white has actually stopped from disappearing all over the place, and you've got the nice little, the effects of brickwork. I'll do this side because I've already done the brickwork on this side, and it should be quick just to get the grey down. And as I say, it's not by any stretch going to be a massive piece of art. It's just to get some really cool scenery. Donut to be I was thinking of the icing being bright pink. That is not an issue. To be honest, I should have done the donut first because it needs airbrushing a bit. Being spied on from behind. I always have an audience, hopefully. We've actually got numbers up now, Foxy.
She's not in the chair this time.
Yes. So another quick coat of the grey. With it being a base coat, it goes on really well anyway. But that thinners and flow improver actually make it really, I don't know, it just goes where it needs to. Oh, but missing a bit.
Would you like a drink in there?
I've got my snake, thank you very much. Right, and the donut's a great handle, by the way. Yay, numbers. Numbers? What did I say? Oh, the stream numbers, yeah. So, another coat across that, and quick dash down the sides. And across that. So, I'm also probably going to do the window panes. I'm planning on blue. I saw someone's paint some windows in some vehicles. Oh, it was the Marvel Crisis. It was actually the Marvel Crisis vehicles, and they came out really nice in a blue colour. But as I'm airbrushing it, I don't really need to be too neat with the grey. Might have to touch the grey up afterwards, but hopefully not too much. Has anyone been over to the Corvus site and had a look to see what nice things there is? If there's something you fancy seeing done, then it's not a far stretch that I would actually buy. The STL for this to download and print yourself is £3-ish, which is absolutely nothing. It was about, because I did it on a reasonable quality, but it was about 15-20 hour print for it, and then the donut itself was quite big on its own. I'll do the front layer up. Just quickly do the top bits. No, I'll come back and do the top. Window, top, done. That one. There we go. Back to the front, and let's get some of this blocked in. So this is going to be metal, so the grey is more of a base coat, so it doesn't need to be perfect, where the rest could do with being really good coating. Yeah, they're operating under quite stringent lockdown, so usually you can buy the files off them, the actual printed product off them. I forgot they were under lockdown. But to be honest, like, 50, yeah. They do have sales all the time. They'll do a week where the this set will be down 15% and the others will be normal or full wide I think mine were 15% off when I got mine. But the files are a bargain. They're like an hour's... Yes, it is snowy. I've just been using a hairdryer. And I'm not on my hair nor on the model. I should have actually done that first before the grey again. How is snowy this fine evening? Yeah, I do like the desert scenery. When I bought this, sorry, not this. When I bought the city scenery, Nuggets are doing the backstroke. I don't even want to know what that means. No. I did have my chicken nuggies stolen. See, I always said he was an Imperial. Right, let's have the frameworks of these done. So in other news, we may even be able to stream a game tomorrow night. Pilot. It's a TIE pilot. So framework is pretty. Have the door done in the grey outer frame as well. So I'll get the airbrush out in a minute and do the blue paneling. Do I keep wandering off the screen? So again, just use the edge of the brush to pick out the grey outlines, window frames. Oops. Yeah. So I clipped the paintwork. I clipped the red brickwork with paint. So if you were to do what I've just done and hit the red brick with the grey paint, you can just leave it as if when whoever painted it managed to clip the brickwork. And boom. There's a couple of bits that I've hit, so or what I can do is afterwards go around and give it a quick clean up. I'm using Mechanica Standard Grey because I'm hoping it seals it for one, and then once it's sealed I will null in it, which will give it a really, it'll give the effects of like a highlighted black, hopefully. So I will probably also leave that up there. So I'll quickly do the wash bit on here while the grey dries and I don't clark the grey up. So anyone that wasn't here earlier, the brickwork to get the lines. Yeah. Normally I would probably just airbrush it all red, airbrush anything onto it, put a contrast over that. The only downside we have to contrast on a 2-hour live stream is I'd be sat talking to yous all night and not get much done. We did a couple of contrasts. We did a couple of streams where contrasts played quite a big part, and I ended up having to do bits and leave them for a couple of hours. So we're just using the Vallejo Wash again and just scrubbing it in. It's a little bit more targeted this time because I don't have the big open area. I've said to the lads over at Corvus that I'll probably do a couple of videos here and there of different ways to paint them. Maybe contrast on one of them where I can stop, let it dry, and then patch it back on and that sort of stuff. Or just ways to paint the brickwork and stuff, and I just use bits of the buildings rather than the whole building. So this is just Vallejo Whitewash, and it's very much does what it says on the tin. It's a wash and it's white. I can see some of it, especially down here, is just dropping into the recesses and not actually getting too much. A very, very, very watered down white paint would probably work as well. David of Chaos. Could that be Mr. Hansel? I don't know how contrast reacts with hairdryer, whether it would work or not, or that's that sort of done. It's still got bits in it that need to dry. I'm going to do the same on this bit just to get it done, and then I can concentrate on the other bits and pieces and leave the hairdryer for another day. So, there we go. And then the usual quick wipe. Don't want to try, I'm trying not to wipe too much off. It doesn't really matter on there, because that'll go great anyway. That's what, I'm having to be very careful anyway at a distance because of it being filament printed. They do warp and bend, and you can melt it if you get it too hot. So that's got the majority of it, and as you can see, we've got brickwork that has been whitened. Still a little bit damp, but we can come back to it. I'll get the grey done on that side. What time is it? It's only 8 o'clock. Cool. And then hopefully get the airbrush on it. And this is just a number 5. It's, you'll notice it is splitting. It's one that I damaged, so I'm happy just splodging the paint on with it. It's not a good brush as such. I think I've even been using it for dropping washes onto some of the stuff we've been painting. So there we go. That picks up that edging. I've not seen many of these painted to see what other colours people have come up with them on. Yeah, painting and heat aren't the best things. But I'm using a lot of thinners or flow improver and thinners just to keep the brush from going stupidly rock hard and dry before I even get it to the model. So I'm doing the underlip bit as well. Go. And one last run down this edge. There we go. So, try and get the metalwork behind the sign. I need more thinners. I've got a fan sat here, Foxy, blowing on me. I don't know if it can be heard on the stream. And Joe's had the air conditioning on for the last couple of hours, pointing it down towards this lovely heat box. She's put it up into the bedroom now for tonight. But as a thing, this is not what to do with a paintbrush, because you can actually see the bristles, and it is a Kolonsky. It's a good quality paintbrush. Just do not do this with normal, with ones that aren't this has already started to have issues. So, and that's the other thing is, if you've had some really good brushes and you've worn them out and they're starting to, you can see, split, don't throw them out, because it saves you having to use your good brushes to do stuff like this. There's no hardship in using an old brush to slap down some paint on some scenery. Crime against the brush. Yeah, it actually, I was in a rush painting something, I can't remember when, and the reason it's got a big chunk missing out of it is I ran it across the base quickly to do, I think I was putting wash down, using it for a wash brush, and when I put the wash down, the super glue hadn't dried from the miniature going down, so it just, usual thing, it attracted the brush, and the brush then got super glued. good enough for doing scenery and washes still. You can still get if you're doing like a scrub wash over everything and not placed, it's still good enough for that. And as I said, it saves you broken toads for other types of things. I'm going to airbrush all that out. So, oh, missed all of that window. So it still does look as though I've been colouring it like a 5-year-old, gone over all the edges and stuff like that. And I've just contaminated my nice clean thinners. And it might have took chunks out of the centre of the brush, but the edge of the brush is still perfectly fine for picking up stuff like that. And then if the worst comes to the worst, you can just cut the bristles right back to about half of it missing and turn it into a small dry brush. Kalonsky dry brush, wow. Right, so I still need to get a bit across there. And done that one. Let's find that, and then one last bit down there. I have a feeling that once I've airbrushed across these, I may need to pick up the grey a little bit because the blue's quite a good coat. So that's that. Do I have Mechanicus grey in? I do. I could that's got a really good point on it as well. I could probably recover that with some brush restorer and stuff like that. So, airbrush time. I don't know if anyone, I know Dave did, but I don't know if anyone else saw my post about the airbrushes go up. Badger have just done one of their super special terrific deals for the Sotar 2020 in gold. Oops. Why didn't I think of that earlier? They've just done a limited edition gold, and it works out at £105 delivered. Oh wow! Yeah, you know how I feel about the Sotars. And as I said, any problems with it? See, there's not only a supplier in the UK for spares, but that's the spares that I keep on the shelf just in case mine goes wrong. They have been bought in so I can do a full rebuild, but as soon as I've done the rebuild, I'll probably order some more back in as well. just so I've got them on my shelf, and they're always available if you break it or damage it, or we can get you back up and running. So I don't need to be that careful because everywhere that I'm painting is quite like, sorry, I should do it. So the grey plate down here is actually going to be metallic by the time I've finished. You've seen how much I use them and how much I abuse them, and as I say with everything that I do, if I can fix it, there's not many people that aren't going to be able to. So quick blast over that way, out of the way. So, and as I've said, and I know Snowy said, I've tried to convince Snowy to buy into an airbrush, but for that reason alone, how much time's that saved? And if you know how to angle the paintbrush and the piece, you're missing all of this anyway. So I've got paint left, so what I'm going to do is put some of it into the lid. That's clear. Yeah, but I'm trying to show people how to do it at the same time. It's not easy under a camera. So for the windows, I'm using light sea blue, which is just a model air colour. No. You don't need to go right to the edges because you can leave a bit of grain there and it gives you the shading effect. something like that. Oh, a bit bright, but yeah, it's actually drying the paint going on, Jack, which is quite impressive. So you get the effect of blue tinted windows. Oh, missed one. And a green door. So the next thing you can do to give it a bit more effect is put some drops of I've seen you take a whole Sunday just to edge highlight some Space Marines. It's nice. So quick mix in the pot. If you're mixing the colours in the pot, remember to blow through some of the blue, that's because you'll already have the original colour in. So what I'm going to do with this is, if you think of the windows, the blue is the blue at the top is going to be lighter because of clouds and the light and stuff like that. So I'm going to give it a quick about 2/3 of the way up, maybe a little bit more, maybe it's half, in a slightly lighter. Can you see the transition? It doesn't have to be perfectly neat because clouds are random and you're never going to have it all perfect. So on the window panes you do each one of them if you can get it in. If not, don't worry about it. If you're hitting the grey, don't panic. It's easy to go. Let me just blast out some of the blue. So I've left the tiniest amount of blue in there and add the white. Quite a bit of white. I'm not sure, but that has actually, I'm going to get rid of that. I think I had dry paint around the edge of the pot and I mixed it into the normal paint, which in an airbrush is never good. So yep, that's exactly what I did. If you ever do see lumps in your pot, yeah, just bin your paint. Don't even attempt it, because one of those lumps is going to just clog your brush and be a pain in the ass. So I'm going to put in a few drops of white and 1 drop of blue. In fact, 2 drops of blue, because he was a little bit quicker than I was. Let me have a stirry stick. Yeah. Because of that drop of blue getting the better of me, I'm going to have to put some white. my leg. So you can see the transition slightly. Again, clean the nib. Yeah, I've got paint lumps in the tip. So a bit like that. There you go. You get the windows done. So a little bit. So, guess I'm stripping that one down tomorrow again. And one of the reasons I have more than one airbrush, it means I can keep going now and not be too much of a problem. Put the white away. So, donut. So the donut needs to be a brown colour, but the actual icing needs to be pink. So is that the good pink for your icing? What colour have I got for donut? Pink. So yeah, I'm going to probably airbrush the pink on, because ooh. Quick clean. Yeah, the pink's probably going to be the harder one to get a good coat on, so I'm going to airbrush the pink over it. Maybe it's 1 or 2 coats. I think it goes a lot lighter when you, obviously that's wet, so it's going to go the colour of what it is on the bright pink. And I have, unfortunately, my range of pinks are not the greatest. I've only got that one. And they're not the easiest to get to go over stuff. Should really give it a coat of white first, but I know what colour a donut is, but think of it this way, okay? How often do you think I look at a donut before it's vanished? I can add afterwards and use it as a highlight, if that makes sense, like I did with the whites. But I have a feeling that it's going to be 50-50 how it works, and I'm going to have to do it down here because I need to go under it. So, it's not that bright in real life. It is bright, but it is flaring on the camera. Yeah, there is that as well. Donut shop. You've seen I've gone over the grey, but I'm actually going to be cheeky and try to Zandri dust it while it's. If I'd been really clever, I wouldn't have stuck the donut on yet, but I wanted to give people a perspective of what it looks like in place. Does that make sense? Before, yeah. Don't think I ever thought I'd be using Zandri dust to paint a donut. So it will go through and try not to hit any of the Sorry I'm doing this off camera, it's just awkward to hold. So that's the colour it's going, which isn't far off donutty. But I'm trying not to get too much on the pink. It sounds so wrong. So there we've got the donut, there we've got the pink. I'll pour some of this into the palette, so I'm not wasting too much, because I'm going to have to brush some of it out. Squeaks. So that's airbrushing done for a bit. Right, let's get the rest of this donut donut-y colour. Don't know why that nip's not working. So, just the same stuff that was in the airbrush. A quick again, I'm just using the old scenery brush. It's not anything flash. And this, the donut, is the resin printed part of it, which has come out really nicely. You can still see some of the lines, but the lines are in the actual the PLA one 10 times worth, so it was worth the little bit of extra effort that we did on it. It's a donut. I've got to do the donut right. So, the Zandri donut. Yes, that's the donut shop that it looks like. It does look very much like the Homer Simpson, the donut shop. So, obviously on the front, I'm going to have to get through the donut. We are through the donut hole, guys. Trying to think what film that was off. They probably just have one file and they keep using the same donut. I'm trying to get... just that little bit out. Got it. So, donut shop. So, my cunning plan, which you'll see in a second, for the donut is, obviously I need to do that in grey, but the donut shop, I want that in the same colours as the top. So, no idea how easy it is going to be painting wise. But Zandri Dust, trying to keep the red on the outside, so you've got the three colours. And then obviously right. possibly do that a different way. How does it look? It's not covering the red as well as I thought with the brush, but 2 coats should get it. Right. What I will do, let's try and clean that brush off. We have run over. I will put up the. He says he'll put it up. Widgets and giveaways. So Wednesday night giveaway, the usual one. It is 30 minutes from when I start it. The 3 tiers as usual: followers, subs, and tonight's donators. Wednesday night giveaway. Tickets cost 100. Maximum tickets are 10, and it is 1 extra one if you're a subscriber. So, start the giveaway. And it gives me a little bit more time to... I'm going to airbrush that, I think. Yeah. Get the airbrush back out. Which one was it? That one. Ow, what did I drop? So, laundry dust through the airbrush. So all I'm going to quickly do is hit the don't not worry, be happy with the airbrush to try and get some of the laundry onto the edge. In fact, I'm going to do all of it. So I can easily touch excuse me, I can easily touch the grey up a lot easier than I can touch the red up. Thank you for the donation, Ulfric, that's much appreciated. Excuse me. Sorry about that, people. I'm also going to... fill the inside a little bit. Cleaner. A bit of a pop, that one. Protect donated. Cheers for donating, Joe.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Have you got any... Can I be a bit cheeky and ask for a couple of wet wipes?
Yeah.
I've managed to just do a... I've just blown all the cleaner all up. Yeah, I've just blown all the cleaner all over my arms, and it's like.
Is someone in the room? Stink?
Thank you. Airbrush cleaner everywhere. Sorry. I'll change some. You bloody. Sweaty bum time. Yeah. Squeaky bum time, because there's an electric light just to the left of me that could go woof. Very, very sticky. I just noticed, even with the airbrush, I've missed some bits. You definitely wouldn't want to say that anywhere, Snowy. I'm not cleaning it anywhere. Not on a live stream. There we go. Great. So now we've got the grey back on the table. Quickly pick up all of the bits that I messed up down here. Fairly thin, just with a rubbish brush. Trying not to hit any of the icing. This metal panel is going to be rusted up anyway once I get the metallics down on it. I just don't want the metallics on the roof, so to speak. And then I got it on the back as well. I did. Must admit, quite liking painting this. It's fun. I see why you like scenery so much, Snowy. I hope. I thought we keep palming you off with loads of scenery because we think you like it. So now round the don't worry, be happy bit. Just brings the grey back to what it was. And again, the airbrush isn't necessary, it's just I'm trying to get as much of this done on a live stream at that I can without taking 2 or 3 live streams. And hopefully we'll be playing games tomorrow night. And we might even have some other bits and pieces. We're gonna I'm gonna grab Dale hopefully sometime this weekend, maybe Saturday night if he's not busy, and Foxy, and see if we can stream a I think it's going to be X-Wing, mate. Something just to get us back into the swing of actually playing games. I was hoping, praying to do Monster Apocalypse, but with the camera setup, we didn't get it too clever last time, and I don't think I'm really going to have the time tomorrow to tidy the entire garage and do a reset on the camera setup. So I'm going to have to try and use a camera setup and basically something that we've already set up, got going and stuff like that. So yeah, if Foxy and Dale are available sometime this weekend, considering trying to stream a, well, what they're called, a TTS one. I just need to work out if we can hear voices, how to get voices across. And for giggles, I think Dale's got the perfect idea for it, especially with like 3 or 4 of us playing. It could be quite funny. And it was a lot on a live stream playing games. Might mean I have to buy Zoe TTS. But there you go, that's the front of the shop. It does need some weathering and some washes and stuff like that, yeah, but that's the general what it's going to look like. Just going around cleaning like the overspray bits. You're always going to get overspray. You just have to work out the layers. So there you go. I know that those 2 bars are going to be grey. If I catch them with the airbrush for the glass, then it's not a massive issue to quickly dip some grey paint, and it's the highest of all of the it's like higher level than the glass, so you get to pick it up quite easy without much of a hassle, and you get that effect. It's Vallejo's Whitewash, available in a ProTech near you. But yeah, we do sell it. It's I used 4 bottles of it on Beanie's scenery last year, but there was like, I think it was 10 or 12 of the buildings that were like really big. I'm just a bit. So what time do we have? If this goes on a bit longer, I'm okay with that. Sorry if anyone has a bed to go to or anything. But so as an interim, that I'm quite happy with that. There's still 16 minutes left on the countdown clock for you as lot to enter the event tonight. The raffle. As I said, if we do hit it, then I'll do an extra draw, and it'll be the first draw out. It's nowhere near. Let me do this pink writing, and I'll show you something that have I got it laid around. I haven't. So for Monster Apocalypse, one of the promos is a donut shop, and it's there must be a generic donut shop kicking about, but God, that pops that. I want one ring round there. Cool. So again, this is just Vallejo pink. It's the airbrush pink, so it's not too much of a, it's not thick. It's coating over the Xandri really well. It might benefit a second coat, but doing it at the angle, using the edge of the brush, takes no time. Dale's awake, run an advert. So just doing the pink bits, continuing on. And yes, I ran an advert, Foxy. And it's the first one of the night because I'm useless and I keep forgetting. I get engrossed in doing the painting and forget about running the adverts. So I've still got all the sprinkles and stuff to do, but the thing is, thinking of that, Foxy, there's no reason I couldn't join it all together on my printer file and scale it down to Monster Apocalypse size. It scales up to Marvel Crisis size, so the other thing with that section there, you could technically paint it off, not glue it in place, paint it, put the colours on, and then glue it on later. That's it. Second quick coat. Two thin coats. Totally not anywhere near that sort of level. It's just, it is patchy, but I want it looking like paint, like I did with the green door. The green door looks really good because it's got part of the print and part of the brush. It has actual yeah, there is a donut shop. If you give us, I'll leave that there. Right, where is? So that's the lucky dice one that we've been doing on the stream, but you're going to see my backside here, so Oh, there's things behind here. I think the donut one is the one that's been pretty easy to get hold of for people in America. The Dice Saloon. Saloon. She's not listening. Dice. The Dice Saloon one is actually a really hard one to get hold of. But how about that, Foxy? Let me just move this out the way. Let's do some of our pure. So that's the. It was for an event in America. I've not seen it in the UK. This came when I bought quite a considerable amount of. Ooh, I can Xandri dust the back of it. Yeah. So. It's quite big. So yeah, that is one of the promos, and that's one of the other ones. So that's the actual Privateer Press HQ one. So that's one. That one's the donut shop's the other one. Then they did a Statue of Liberty, but this one has one of the casters from Snow. You'll probably know who she is. She's a caster from War Machine. I don't know which one though. So that was a promo as well. And then the Dice Saloon. She didn't buy it. The Dice Saloon one is the other one. Was there another one that I had over here? No, I've got the one for my monkeys. I've got the Monkey Island one. So yes, that's a Ashlyn. Can you see her, or do I need to zoom? Zoom. And she's got a sword, I think. I actually don't know how. Is she part human, part robot, part? Oh my god! Where? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm missing an arm. Oh no. She's got a sword and a gun. Does that help? There's a donut in the way, so yeah. But yes, that's the. That was one of the promos that came from Privateer Press when we ordered a load of stuff. And it's been where we've been getting the giveaway prizes for. Yeah. So, whoa, that's Be Happy. I think it's Ashlyn. I remember Ashlyn. So, what time is it? We've still got 7 minutes of the giveaway left. So, time to get in with some metal. This is Jet Exhaust. People who are on the stream will know that Jet Exhaust is my favourite of the metals that I've been using recently. Can you see that on the stream? How metallic it is on my chest? Because I've just sprayed it everywhere down my top. Babes,
What?
I need a new top.
Why?
I've just got silver paint all over it. I'll have to have a word with James. So, go back to my scenery brush. And some of these silvers. So, splodging the silvers in. Not too not have to be so careful. Just, at this stage, try not to get it onto the grey or anything like that. So any of the bits that you're going to rust up, just a rough coat. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to do the air conditioning unit at the back. Exactly the same. I'm actually using, the idea I'm going to use is to do exactly what I do on tank tracks to get like dirty, grimy, muddy, rusty effect. Borrowed from Mr. Kenny Boucher from Next Level Painting. Since seeing him do it, it's the only way I've ever done tracks since. It just made it so much easier. Right, because I don't want to hit the green too much, I will splodge the main part and then come back. And I think they're the main splodgy ones. So yeah. Get Mr. Toad out. So just doing the door handle, the lock. Now up in here there is a couple of I think lights. So if I coat them in silver, and there's another air vent just under the lighting rig here, under the canopy rig. There's a cable. I like to think the cable would probably have got coated, but considering I can just do a edge just to make it stand out a bit, not needing to fully paint it, just it stands out. Again, it's scenery. People are going to look at the scenery and see the overall aesthetic of it, the big donut looking amazing, the actual building. The little gribbly bits are just going to add to the aesthetic of an overall picture. So a little bit of paint here, a little bit of mistakes aren't going to show up that much. So just filling the paint in. So we have 2 minutes left before the entry closes. Those are the metalwork. Yep, all of the metalwork on the top. So the heat are the extractor fan covers. I'm not going to try and get all the way underneath them because I'll get the edges. I just realised that's got a bit of so just quickly like that, like that, like that, and like that. I think I've poured out way too much metal paint. You're in your last minute of the giveaway. So the donut's on a huge metal plinth that I want to get. I want to get some weathering down on the roof itself, dirt and grime and stuff like that. I'll probably use some of the Vallejo washes to do it, and then I'm definitely going to use the yes, because I can remember what it's called, Typhus Corrosion on the metal plate, and so these bits are going to be the welds where I've super glued it. See, the Typhus Corrosion is going to go all over this. Might not get that part of it done tonight, but I will post this over the Facebook group, Facebook page, if people want to go over. Afterwards and see what it looks like once it's all finished. As the first of the 3. I might do a little bit more work on the other ones before putting them up, or starting them on one of the streams. As I say, we've got a lot of streams to come. The other ones may just be videos on quick painting techniques, how to get them, and basically a review of the actual print itself. So far I'm really happy with this one. For the price, anyone with a printer, this has cost a couple of quid for the file, which I don't know how they do it for a couple of quid, because there's more than an hour or so's work in it. That's the raffle closed. I'll just finish the silver, and people can get a rough idea of how the thing will look, or how it does look. So, that's it. There's still all of the washes. The grey needs washing, the silver needs rusting and washing. I probably could do with another coat over the Be Happy's alright. I need all of the sprinkles doing in different colours. The Donut Worry, maybe a red, or go back to the maybe go back to the Zandri dust to do that. It needs a wash because that's far too clean for a building and a display. This all needs washing, washing back a bit. I can't have the bottom half grimy and dirty and then the top half really clean. So that being said, for 2 hours work, and I have struggled with getting it under the lights and paint drying and stuff like that, and all of it being in place. If I could have done the donut, then stuck it on, done the roof, then stuck it on, done all of the red, and then stuck the rest of it together, again, it's going to be a lot quicker. If I'd sprayed that before, I wouldn't have had to paint some of it twice. Still need to go along and clean some of that up. But for a... Can you see it? Nope, because the colours are disappearing. For a piece of terrain, a couple of hours work and a day's printing, it's really good. It's really cool. So I'll try and get that finished off. Maybe do a bit tonight and a bit tomorrow, and get that all sorted. And I'll put the pictures up on the Facebook group if anyone wants to see them. It will get shared out and everyone will see them. And then after that, I might do a giveaway on it, like a share, follow, like, subscribe. Do it on YouTube. Because we could do with some. If anyone hasn't followed us on or subscribed to us on YouTube, that would be appreciated at the moment, because we're trying to get the YouTube channel built up just as much. So, promos and prizes and prizes and promos. So, let me have a look. So, there is 3, and you're all going to have to be here to claim them. If you're not here and you've won, then I'll leave it till the last one and you get the last one that's left. So, the prizes are Blue Squadron Scout, Scout Troopers, and Palpatine. Then the 3 basic packs have different cards in. One has Rey. Stop. One has Han Solo in the Lego form. And the other has Kylo Ren. So they're the 3 to choose from. Thank you for the donation, Phil. And I loved the cat. I had no idea what was happening there. A cat appeared on Han Solo's head. So any donators will also receive the metallic, the metal Darth Maul if you win the prize. So if you win any of these, I will give you a bonus of, subscribers get a bonus of one of them, and donators get a bonus of one of them. So, drum rolls. Picking a winner for tonight. The first winner for tonight, and the first pick is Paul. Don't I have stuff for you, Paul? So, which one would you like, Paul? I'm just checking to see whose stuff I've got. I've got a Snowy pack. Captain D-Man, who hasn't picked it up from the first one. Bean again. Yeah. Cheer away, but tell us which one you want, mate. Smog. K2SO. Yes, you're a sub, but which one of these 3 first? Dale and Foxy is them 2. So, K2SO in the shiny form, but Rey, Kylo or Han in your other set. You jumped the gun. I'm having a drink while you decide. Cool, that's right. Oh, itchy. Yeah, no worries. I'm not going anywhere. Well, I'll probably be going to bed after this because I am absolutely zonked. There we go. I know a certain Joe's coming to pick up some bits and pieces, he said. So I'll keep that here for when Joe comes. By the way, we do have a safe collection area at ProTech now for click and collect. You do have to come through 4 massive jet washes of antibacterial sprays, acid. No, we have a really nice little setup. So the second winner, and you get the choice of Kylo or Rey, is Podpeas. Monsieur Podpeas, which one would you like? Kylo. Are you a sub? Foxy, we need to work out who subs. He'll tell me in a minute. Yep, so that is one or the other. Kazuda or Fifth Brother, mate. I know which one I'd be choosing. Thank you, mate. Yeah. I totally agree, Paul. I think it's destiny that Dan starts playing. So, the last and finale pick, and you are... Oh, I've got the wrong way around. So, the last one is Ray and Kazuda. I saw someone... Were you playing Kazuda? Yes, I've just realised. Leave me alone. It's late and I'm tired and I haven't been able to speak to Snowy all day, so I'm missing him. So the last one is Ray and Kazuda, and I think that we played Furball or whatever it's called, and I'm sure Dale used Kazuda. And that is Sarah. Well done. So that's the Ray and that's the Kazuda. I think Sarah's even got dice, so she needs to start playing as well. I know someone's selling loads of cheap ships at the moment as well. So I've got all of these to be sending out to people. So again, thank you everyone. It's been great. Honest opinions. What do people think of... Ignore my paintwork. But what do people actually think of the scenery piece? There is an app that allows you to put the yeah. So I'll get it finished off. I'll get a couple of bits of weathering done and rusting done and some bit more dirt and a bit more grime on it. Yes. I will. Yeah, yeah. Well, we can ask Corvus, because Corvus are, I believe they're in Ireland. So they won't know what Greg's is, I don't think, because I don't think they've managed to bacon sandwiches instead of donuts. Yeah, we could do something like that. So look, have a look over. I know they're not selling printed terrain at the moment, but have a look, see what they've got. Keep an eye open, see if there's anything that you would like from them. And yeah, it was very generous of them to send us the files. And the next one we will. Should we do that? I'll look at printing out the. Let's see if I can get the other one up to. So yeah, I'll look at printing this one out next, because I do know some really quick techniques for doing this. Snowy's seen my snow wall, and not my snow walls, my sand walls and stuff like that, and they've come out really well. And a couple of really daft techniques to get them out really quickly. It does involve an airbrush, and you will hear me harp on a lot about people using airbrushes, but you can use the you can quite easily use a normal brush just as quick as using the airbrush. So this will be the next one. I'll get it dropped onto the machines. As I say, we are down to two machines at the moment because they were temperamental yesterday, and I put some PLA through them that it didn't like. So I've got two little tubes that I normally keep two of on the shelf. For some reason I'd forgot to reorder, They're a consumable part, they wear out, and I messed up. So I've got them on the shelf normally, but had to order them for tomorrow. So, yes, we'll get that done. Again, thank you everyone for tonight. Thank you for all the donations. I need to turn that off. All the subs, all the likes, all the continuing support. We have more coming. More and more bits and pieces. I totally forgot about these. I need to use them on stream, and maybe a giveaway for some Rosemary and Co paintbrushes coming up. We've also got some of the Hobby Basics ones, the cheap ones from Army Painter, that are really good, and they don't break the bank. Good for just starting out when you're unsure with them. So we've got some of them to have a quick look at. I want to get a few on the table, and then when the rest of the stuff does land from the other companies, that we're going to have some good fun and some good giveaways. So, as I say, thank you everyone for coming aboard tonight. It has been 2.5 hours, which is probably one of our longest streams yet. We'll be back tomorrow night. No matter what, we will be back tomorrow night. Whether it's... Okay, your stuff went out today, Kay. That's on its way to you. So the bits that you wanted are on the way. And... yes, as I said, thank you everyone for subscribing, donating, cheering, and all that sort of thing. But more importantly, thank you for coming and watching. It's really appreciated that at some points tonight we had up to 30 odd people watching. And we'll get this up on YouTube and get it tagged up with all the Corvus stuff on, and I'm sure we'll get some good interest over there. So, again, thank you. Please like, share, subscribe to all of our stuffs. It's all in the boxes below. And I will see you for either a game tomorrow night or some painting tomorrow night. Thank you. Stay safe.